Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are transporting you straight to the heart of the golf industry.
We are.
Imagine this, if you will. You've got gray skies, a little bit of drizzle, but an absolutely electric atmosphere. We're in Orlando, Florida, smack in the middle of the Orange County Convention Center. And just earlier, we were out on that massive circular range at Orange County National.
It's that time of year, middle of January. Specifically, January 20th to the 23rd, 2026. It is the PGA Show.
The Super Bowl of golf retail. I mean, we're talking about 10 miles of show aisles.
Insane.
Over 30,000 industry pros, all just running on caffeine and pure adrenaline.
Right.
And the mission for this deep dive is pretty simple. We're going to cut through the noise of over 1,000 exhibiting brands to find the gear, the gadgets, the real game changers that are actually going to matter to your bag this year.
And it really is tracking to be the largest show in over a decade. The energy, you can't deny it. But what really strikes me, just looking at the broad strokes of 2026, is a real shift in philosophy.
I noticed that too. It feels like for the last, 5 years, every single banner at this show has just screamed one word at you.
Speed.
Speed, exactly. It was the era of chasing distance at all costs. But walking the floor this morning, I don't know, the vibe feels different. That word isn't the headline anymore.
You picked up on it. The industry has kind of hit a wall, a regulatory wall to be specific.
USGA.
The USGA. They limit how fast a ball can spring off the face at what we call the characteristic time or CT limit. And we've basically maxed out raw speed.
So if you can't make the fast spot faster,
You make the fast spot larger. The headline this year is predictable stability. It's no longer about your best drive.
it's about your worst one.
It's about your worst one. They're trying to make a toe hook look like a fairway finder. It's about hitting it far, sure, but also finding the fairway when you miss the center of the face.
Which, let's be honest, is a much more useful promise for an average Saturday morning chopper like me.
Right.
I know I can hit it far once around.
Yeah.
I want to know where the other 13 drives are going.
Precisely. And nowhere is this battle for stability more obvious than in the heavyweight fight we're seeing this week.
TaylorMade versus Callaway.
A big one.
Always. Okay, so we've got TaylorMade launching the Qi4D family, and Callaway's countering with their Quantum lineup. Let's unpack this. Start with TaylorMade. We've moved on from Qi10, now it's Qi4D. What does the 4D actually stand for?
It's not fourth dimensional chess, though the tech does feel a bit futuristic.
Okay.
The 4D stands for their 4 dimensions of speed: club face, club head, shaft, and fitting.
The whole system.
The whole system. Their argument is you can't just optimize one component anymore. You have to optimize the entire thing as a single unit.
All right, so let's talk face. They're sticking with that carbon twist face, right?
They are, but this is the 60X carbon twist face with a really significant re-engineering of the roll radius.
The roll radius. Okay, you're getting technical on me. Break that down.
So this is where the physics gets cool. A driver face is curved. That's bulge and roll.
Right.
That curve is there. So when you hit it off the toe, the gear effect spins the ball back toward the center.
Yeah, the self-correcting spin.
But the problem is that curve also messes with your launch and spin. If you hit it high on the face, you get that high launch, no spin.
The knuckleball. The one that just dies and falls out of the sky.
The dreaded knuckleball. Or you hit it low and it spins like crazy and just balloons into the wind.
I know that shot very, very well.
So the Qi4D face, they've re-engineered that roll radius. Think of it like they flattened the curve just enough to kill those outliers. It basically tricks the ball into thinking it was hit in the center, even if you missed by half an inch.
So it tightens up the spin rates.
Exactly.
Right.
A high miss doesn't drop and a low miss doesn't balloon.
Now that is predictable stability. And looking at the exploded views of this head, it's incredibly complex. They have this thing called the TAS.
Right, the trajectory adjustment system.
Yeah.
On the Qi4D core model, you have 4 of these weights. 2 are 9 grams, 2 are 4 grams.
So you can move them around.
And it's not just a simple put the heavy weight in the back thing. You can tune this for high launch, low spin, a fade bias, a draw bias, with a lot of precision. It's like a fitting cart built into the sole.
Okay, that sounds great, but we got to talk about the elephant in the room.
The price tag.
The price tag. I walked by the display and nearly choked on my coffee.
It is steep. The standard driver is coming in at $649.90.
$650. That is a serious investment. But I heard a rumor of an even more expensive one.
There is. It's called the LME Version Launch Monitor Enabled. That one will hit you for $699.99.
$700 for a driver. What does launch monitor enabled even mean? Does it have a computer chip in it?
No, no electronics inside, but it has fiducials embedded in the face.
Fiducials. You can have to translate that one for me.
Okay, you know how in CGI movies the actors wear those funny suits with the little white reflective dots on them?
Sure, for motion capture.
That's exactly what these are. They're little reflective markers built right into the club face, and they allow a GC quad launch monitor to track the club head with perfect precision.
So no more of those little metallic stickers you have to put on before a range session.
No more stickers. It speaks to that whole idea of data democratization. They know you're using launch monitors more than ever, so they built the club to talk to the machine.
That is wild. Now, we have to talk tour validation, because usually it takes a while for the big names to switch.
Yeah.
But Rory McIlroy,
He wasted no time. Rory put the Qi4D in the bag early at the DP World Tour Championship.
wow.
He's playing the 9.0 degree head, and for anyone who wants the specs, he's got it with a Ventus Black 6X shaft tipped 1 inch.
Dipped 1 inch.
Yeah.
It's basically a telephone pole.
It's a very stiff board, yeah. And Scotty Scheffler is also on board. He's using an 8.0 degree head, but his has a custom blue face.
Oh, nice.
It just shows that even the best ball strikers in the world, guys who almost never miss the middle, they're still looking for that little bit of extra stability.
And you mentioned shafts earlier as one of the dimensions. TaylorMade's doing something interesting with the RAX family this year, yeah.
They are. It was developed with Mitsubishi, and they're categorizing players by rotation rate, high, mid, or low, instead of just swing speed.
That makes so much sense.
It really does. It recognizes that how you deliver the face, how fast you rotate your hands, is just as important as how fast you swing the whole club.
Okay, so that's TaylorMade's corner. Let's look at the challenger. Callaway is dropping the Quantum lineup. The name alone sounds scientific.
It does, and the material science behind it, it really backs it up. The big story here is what they're calling the Triforce face.
Triforce. Sounds like it's out of a video game.
It's a composite of 3 different materials. So you have an ultra-thin titanium base, a carbon fiber backbone, and this is the really unique part, a military-grade polymesh binding agent.
Polymesh. Why do you need mesh in a golf club?
Well, because titanium and carbon fiber, they don't actually like to stick together. They have different properties, different flex points.
Okay.
The polymesh is basically the glue. It's the mediator that lets the titanium and the carbon flex together in perfect harmony.
So it stops the face from feeling dead or disjointed on a miss.
Exactly. It maximizes energy transfer, especially on those off-center hits. Again, we are right back to stability. If you miss the center, this mesh helps the face hold on to ball speed.
And looking at the sole of the club, I mean, that woven sole design on their 360-degree carbon chassis, it looks incredibly premium, almost like a high-end watch face.
It's stunning, but beyond just the looks, they've leaned super heavily into AI again. They analyzed thousands and thousands of real golfer swings to create what they call micro-impact patterns.
So instead of just optimizing for a robot hitting the dead center,
Right.
they're optimizing for where real people actually miss.
Precisely. For example, in the Quantum XD model, the AI specifically tuned the face for heel biases.
No.
They know that players who buy a draw driver usually slice it because they hit it off the heel, so they just made the heel hotter. It's tech adapting to the player's flaws.
I love that. If you can't fix the swing, fix the result. And for those marking their calendars, the Quantum Woods hit retail on February 13th, with the drivers also priced at that same $649.99 mark.
And the irons follow on February 27th.
And those irons are starting at, what did you say?
$1,149.99.
Wow, nearly $1,200 for a set of irons. That is rent money for some people. Is the tech actually justifying that price, or are we just paying for the badge?
That's a fair question. I mean, material costs are going up, all the titanium, tungsten, these really complex processes. But yes, the price floor is definitely rising.
So what's the story there?
They'd argue that performance gains in the quantum irons, specifically that modern 360-degree undercut cavity and the progressive trisole design, offer a game improvement that cheaper sets just can't match.
That trisole is all about turf interaction.
Right. It helps the club just glide through the grass, whether you're in the fairway or the rough. It essentially makes your fat shots less fat.
Which, for $1,200, it's better. All right, so that's the heavyweight bout, but we can't ignore the rest of the field. P&G is usually on a really strict 2-year cycle, but there are rumors swirling around the conforming list about a G440K.
It's very interesting. P&G usually stays pretty quiet in the off years, but Yeah, the G440K has appeared. The K usually means they're ultra-forgiving, high MOI line.
And the photos show a new sliding weight on the back.
A slider on a PNG, that's new for them in this category.
Yeah, usually they just pin a weight way back and say, don't touch it.
This allows for draw and fade bias tuning without sacrificing that, legendary MOI forgiveness. They're calling it terminal stability.
Terminal stability. It sounds so final, like you will not miss the fairway.
That's the goal.
And moving to other irons, besides Callaway, TaylorMade has the Qi Max and Qi Max HL.
And those are focusing really heavily on feel. They've put in an internal stability bar and they're echo damping. The whole goal is to make a cast game improvement iron feel soft, like a forged club.
And we can't forget Strixon. They've got the ZXIR making waves as a new game improvement contender. But I want to shift gears. We've talked about the club hitting the ball. What about the ball itself? Because there is some crazy tech happening there. It kind of bridges the gap between equipment and gadget.
You are definitely talking about the smart ball from Genius Golf.
This thing just blew my mind. I saw the prototype in their booth. It looks like a normal golf ball, dimples and all, but it's smart.
It is straight out of science fiction. The Genius Ball has embedded electronics right inside the core.
Inside the ball. How did that even survive a driver impact?
That is the proprietary secret.
Yeah.
But it pairs with a smartphone app and captures velocity, launch angle, and this is the one that got me, skid distance on putts.
Skid distance.
Okay.
I can hit a putt on a practice green, and my phone will tell me exactly how much the ball hopped or skidded before it started rolling true.
Exactly. It's giving you launch monitor data from the ball itself. You don't need a $20,000 quad. You just need the ball.
That is incredible. I do wonder how it feels off the face, if it's like hitting a rock, but just the concept is fascinating.
It raises a lot of questions. Durability, price for sure. But as a technological leap, it's significant.
And that Genius Ball is the perfect segue to step away from the tee box and head over to what they call the Innovation District.
My favorite part of the show.
Me too.
Right.
It's chaotic, it's loud, and it's where you find the inventors who have mortgaged their houses to be here with one great idea.
The energy in the new product zone and the inventor spotlight is always just palpable. This is where the next big thing is born.
And they announced the award winners. Best new product went to Pinned Golf for their portable GPS tablet. Describe this thing, because from a distance, it looked like they just ripped a screen out of a luxury golf cart.
That's basically the pitch. Imagine that high-end GPS screen you see built into a resort cart, the one with the whole layout, distances to hazards, all in high def. Pinned Golf took that exact technology and put it into a large screen portable tablet that just magnetically attaches to your cart or your bag.
So if it's cart path only, or if I'm walking with a push cart, I don't have to squint at my watch. I can take the big screen right with me to the ball.
Exactly. It democratizes that high-end visual experience for everybody.
That is smart. And on the sustainability front, the winner runs on caffeine.
In a way, yeah. Vol Golf, partnering with GreenUp, won for their biodegradable coffee teas. They're literally made from recycled coffee grounds.
So that solves the problem of all those broken plastic teas that just litter the tee box forever.
Right.
But do they smell like a fresh espresso?
I didn't get down to sniff the turf, but they have that dark, rich color. More importantly, they just break down naturally. It's a win-win.
Love that. And Best in Show from the Inventor Spotlight went to Tubra Storage.
Tubra. It's a modular organization system for your gear. It's simple, it's effective, but it's executed perfectly. Sometimes the best innovations aren't digital, they just help you find your glove.
Speaking of digital, though, the high-tech tools section was buzzing. Envisage have a whole new lineup of launch monitors.
The N1, N2, and NEOE, they're really catering to every budget level now, from the home sim enthusiast to the pro shop.
And Milesy launched the Genasonic Pro. It's a speaker, but it's also GPS.
It's a speaker with a detachable GPS handheld unit.
Oh, that's clever.
So you leave the speaker playing music in the cart, you pop the little GPS unit off the top, and you walk to your ball to get your yardage.
It solves that music versus yardage dilemma. And Top Tracer is expanding too.
Top Tracer Go, you just scan a QR code in the bay, data goes right to your phone. And Top Tracer IQ, which is AI for facility management, helping ranges optimize their bay usage.
It seems like AI is it's everywhere this year.
It's the underlying current of the entire show.
Now, we've covered the high-tech, the expensive, the weird, but there's one thing on the floor this year that technically isn't golf.
Uh-oh.
And it is taking up a massive amount of real estate.
You're talking about the nets.
I'm talking about the paddles. The show within a show.
Racket sports. Or, let's just call it what it is, the pickleball invasion.
It's controversial. I saw some traditionalists walking past those courts just shaking their heads. Why is pickleball at the PGA Show?
Because the economics of the golf course are changing. The old model, play 18 holes, drink a beer, go home, it's fading. The new model is the lifestyle club.
So the course becomes a third place.
Exactly. You play 9 holes, your kids are at the pool, maybe you play a set of pickleball or padel, and then you all meet for dinner.
It turns the golf course into a community hub.
That's why you see Adidas, Olay, Selkirk setting up massive booths right next to Titleist and Callaway. It's not just about the game anymore, it's about the venue.
Speaking of lifestyle, we have to talk fashion. The People's Choice Awards happen. Who took home the hardware?
For Best Men's Brand, it was Rhone. They highlighted a very specific look. A green sweater layered over a navy mock neck. Very sharp, very modern country club.
And for the women?
A. Putnam took Best Women's Brand. But the actual trends were interesting, too. Ralph Lauren introduced washable cashmere.
Washable cashmere. Okay, that is a legitimate game changer.
Right.
I am terrified of ruining cashmere, so I never wear it. If I can throw it in the wash, I'm sold.
It's practical luxury. And then on the recovery side, you have the Nike X Hyper Ice boot. It provides air compression and heat for warm-ups.
So the stuff you see NBA players wearing courtside.
It's coming to the first tee.
That is some serious gear. Now, the show isn't just about stuff. There are incredible events. Thursday was PGA Hope Day.
A very important day. PGA Hope stands for Helping Our Patriots Everywhere. It's the flagship military program. They had a huge celebration honoring veterans and the pros who teach them. It's just a reminder of the good the game can do.
And to cap it all off, the Winter Jam.
The after-hours concert, this year it was country star Dustin Lynch. It's just a massive party to celebrate the whole industry.
So we've covered drivers with motion capture dots, smart balls, coffee teas, pickleball courts, washable cashmere. If we have to sum up the 2026 PGA Show, what is the headline?
I think the headline is Smart Stability.
I like that.
Whether you look at the flattened roll radius of the TaylorMade Qi4D, the multi-material mesh of the Callaway Quantum, or even that GPS speaker, all the gear is designed to make the game more predictable. It's about removing the variables that frustrate us.
It's about using technology to smooth out the rough edges of our own game.
Exactly. But this brings me to a provocative thought I've been kind of mulling over.
Let's hear it.
We are seeing this massive democratization of data with launch monitor-enabled drivers, with smart balls like Genius that track their own skid. We are entering an era where the average amateur has access to the exact same data points as Rory McIlroy.
Right. We have all the numbers. We know our spin rates, our tack angles, our skid distances, all of it.
But the question is, will having all this data actually lower our scores? Or will it just give us more things to overthink? Are we equipping the amateur to be a better player or just a more confused one?
That is the million-dollar question. Does knowing my spin rate on a mick hit actually help me, or does it just haunt me while I'm standing over the next shot?
It's a very fine line between insight and paralysis.
Well, while you ponder that, I would encourage you to go online and check out the visuals of these new drivers. The carbon weaves, the woven soles. They are truly works of art, even if the price tags make your eyes water.
They are definitely worth a look.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll see you in the next one.